Welcome back to...
Oh wait, no, sorry, there's walnut in my mouth.
Oh my. Welcome back to Boppin Around with Ayesha
and Venus.
Yay!
August Fall Chickadee on podcast. Lash Nicolini. August La Fela Patrick. Heyyyyy. So La Fela Patrick Hunnidit. Cwys y tatu, ond wyl ti gyma, mae'r tatu yn faking gyma!
Gama!
Okay, yeah guys, so obviously we're recording this on March 16th. It's St. Patrick's Day tomorrow, peep the green. Now, this podcast isn't going to go up until afterwards, but fuck it.
Who cares?
Said fuck it, it's St. Patrick's Day all week, okay?
Oh.
So this will be up on Wednesday, or I have actually been posting them a little bit late on Thursdays. So it'll be up this week anyway, but... Yeah, so either way, it is St. Patrick's Day tomorrow.
Happy St.
Tuesday,
Patrick's Day.
So by the time you're watching this, it will have passed, but we hope that you had a lovely little St. Patrick's Day for yourself if you're Irish, or if you're not Irish and you were celebrating. We celebrated on the weekend. We did a little games night and it was really cute. I really, really enjoyed it. I was kind of like a bit of a control freak, but I'm the kind of control freak where it's like, it's like I have this weird type A. I'm a type B person, but I have this type A side to me. But like, you know, I started off the games and I was getting us all to do them, but then like it's kind of like you give up halfway and you just start chatting and drinking and you just lose track, and then next thing you know, one person has to leave, and then I'm like, no, the games, we have to do the game, and then like we only made it through three games. Two people had to leave during the third game. Like I was like, no, I didn't do it right. But anyways, Ayesha won.
Oh yeah, I did.
Jesus, I was like, felt like I was on a solo podcast. Yeah, I could just hear the same.
No, I won.
You were loud, Jesus.
No, it's okay. Listen, guys, I won. Last year, Venus won because she rigged it, but this year I made sure that certain people didn't come to the party, and then other people would leave early.
And what did you win, babe?
I won key rings. Actually,
Start with the other prize first.
Oh, okay, whoa. They were gorgeous, by the way.
Go on.
I won an Easter egg.
A vegan Easter egg.
A vegan Easter egg, which, by the way, I was shopping with her, and she was staring up the Easter egg. I remember it, actually.
I think I was like, oh, where are the vegan Easter egg? And then I was looking up good prizes to win on a games night, and people were saying food is good because it's low stakes, and you kind of, sometimes when it's a lesser of a stake of a prize, like it's just a more simple prize, people care more to win it. Yeah. Versus like if it's just too big of a prize, people might be like, well, I'm gonna check out. It's too much pressure.
I mean.
Anyways, an Easter egg. I think everyone, when you guys looked at the Easter egg when I showed you this is the prize, I think everyone was genuinely confused. Like, why are you giving us an Easter egg? It's not Easter. And I was like, guys, like, I feel like an Easter egg is a good prize though.
I was confused.
Well, they sell them from fucking January, literally.
Yeah.
Like, they've been in the shops for months already.
I'm happy.
And I'm actually sensitized to the fact, like, I don't even know when Easter is. Like, I'm just thinking, I've been looking at Easter eggs for months, so let me get one.
I'm happy, bitch.
And then a keyring. You got a St. Patrick's Day keyring.
Fucking gorgeous.
Like a little, like, shamrock.
I'm actually really... Okay, the keyrings... Honoured.
Your keys are so cute right now.
Honoured. Yeah. Literally, I'm so honoured.
You have such cute keyrings. Anyways.
So cute.
So, now that we've covered that...
Wait, sorry. There's one more thing. Every time someone came into the apartment, Venus welcomed them with a vial of a vial of St. Patrick's juice.
Yeah, so I ordered these test tubes online. So I was thinking of one of my friends in particular who did she did the Substance Halloween costume maybe like 2 Halloweens ago, and she had a test tube of like, I don't even know what she put in it, but it was supposed to obviously represent the substance. And then I was also thinking of how me and Kenny went to the Evora experience.
One with actors.
So the Evora experience, it's in London. It's kind of like where you go to this alien planet and they make you these drinks and there's all these like it's an immersive experience.
Right.
Would you call that method acting?
Yes.
Just actors like putting on a whole like kind of performance for you. And I was kind of thinking of that too, and I was just like, wait, it'd be so fun to like do test tube shots of everyone. So I ordered apple sours, and the test tubes that came from Amazon, guys, they were the tiniest test tubes ever. Like, I think each shot was literally like a literal gerbil.
A quarter of a shot glass,
yeah,
probably.
Literally.
Yeah.
But it was still really cute, and everyone that came in, I was like, okay, guys, everyone needs to do one of these in order to enter the games. It's called Patrick's Juice, okay? And you guys were all just like, you were so scared. And I was like, isn't that obvious what it is? I remember I was even like, I don't like.
No, because at first, honey, it's like everyone.
But like I was laughing because you and Sadie were obviously here first, and like you were so confused, and I was just thinking like you guys like know me, like you.
Everyone had the same reaction, though. That's what's funny.
The other people that came were like, yeah, I think everyone was like, well, what is it?
Everyone was like, what the fuck? What is this?
I thought it was gonna be obvious that it was apple cider.
But then after everyone like drinks it, like half was like, well, is there any alcohol in this? And there's like a bit of disappointment because you think there's no alcohol, but then you're like, oh, there is alcohol.
It's actually like a buzz ball, basically. It's 15%.
Gorgeous.
But they were really tiny though. Like I think I filled up like around, maybe 30 test tubes, and only like this much of the bottle was used. Anyways, we still made our way through the bottle. There's like a teensy bit left in it.
Don't give me ideas.
Oh my god, actually sorry, but next week I'm going to Adam McIntyre's live show. Look, I like going out, guys. I like going out. I like going to events, and especially like I love an interactive night. I love like a little show, little concert, karaoke, something like that.
So it's not this week?
Few drinks. No, it's this Saturday. So I'm going to Adam McIntyre's show this Saturday. If you don't know him, he's a YouTuber. He does like commentary and drama commentary, and I've been watching him for a few years. He's like the person I watch the most, and he recently started vlogging, or he was recently in Japan, and his something about his vlogs. I was thinking like, why are they so good? And I think it's because he's just so genuinely himself, and he lives his life in a way that's like really honors who he is to his core. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
I think that's why it's really nice watching someone just kind of like live for themselves
and be genuine.
And like he's out there by himself. He would go out every night by himself. He'd make friends. He'd like, yeah.
That's really cool.
Anyways, but I'm going to his show, and then after that, me and Ketty are going to an engagement party, which I completely forgot we were going to. So we're going to go from the show.
Whose engagement party?
To the engagement party. Do you want to talk about where you're at right now with kind of like dating, sex, everything?
So to any of the lads who have been out with me or been romantically involved with me or whatever, if you're hearing this, I do apologize, but the reason I'm talking about it is because it's all a bit of a shambles, really. You know, the fact that I have to go to multiple men to get my needs met.
I was just telling you earlier, I was like when you date, apparently this is the way you're supposed to do it. Have a few people and you get something different from each of them. Don't expect one person to be enough.
Yeah.
And especially when you're just dating, and like obviously the person that you could end up wanting to be with is enough for you, because that sounds wrong, but they're ticking basically most of your boxes, if that makes sense. Versus, you know, the reason why you date is because you might want to see a few people, see what grows with someone, but then again, you're not looking for a relationship, right?
No, I'm not.
Yeah.
I can't stand a relationship.
So therefore, you're getting different things from different people, and that's okay if that's what you want.
I don't even know if I want it. Look, let's just say my vibrator broke. I was
just going to say, get into that story.
So, on Friday...
Her insane toy. Like, it's literally the most insane toy. I'll insert a photo of it, actually.
I don't think... Okay, we'll see if it lets us. But on Thursday evening, I spent the last night with my vibrator. I did not know...
Babe, actually, I put a rose toy on the thumb.
I did, yeah, so we should be fine, yeah.
Well, we're fine because we're not monos.
True.
Anyway, go on.
So we had the St. Patrick's party on Friday, and in my head I was like, I'm gonna go home and I'm gonna have fun, you know. I was tipsy, I was gonna smoke a J and have fun with myself. Lo and behold, my fucking vibrator's broken. Turned out on Thursday night I fucked it too hard and it died. Albeit I did have it for an entire year. And in the recent couple weeks, I was pounding it against the wall. You know, like
paint was coming off her wall.
Paint was coming off my wall because my new favorite position is sideways. You know, sideways spooning. I love it because it's just really intimate, and it reminded me of a time I had with a man. I won't name them. I'm gonna try my best from now on in the future as well to not name them, because if they're listening, I feel bad.
Baby, I don't think you've ever named anyone.
I have.
Who?
Yeah, let's see.
Did they end up finding it?
No, of course not. But still,
because we're so known, it's like, you know, they might find out.
I mean, hey, I'm not gonna lie. I see us being big. Yeah. So, there's this man. Let's just call him D. Really sweet, bodybuilder, sexy, got the chat, everything. You know, there's banter there, a lot of intimacy. But just outside of that, it's a bit boring.
Okay.
You know?
Yeah, because I don't think you had said he was boring. Like, this is the thing. She's only seen him once. And after you saw him, you were really, like, swooned by him, should we say. And you were saying how nice he is and all this. And now you're telling me, I think, okay, I get what you mean. I think what you're trying to say is there was no flirtiness or banter over text message since you left him. Right. It's more of an in-person thing.
Yep.
And there was nothing to kind of keep the excitement, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
Alive. But with that being said, I mean, that's something that could have come after a few times of seeing each other.
Maybe.
And also, it's like, it just depends, I guess. Maybe is that something that's important to you? Like, you want to be able to hear from them throughout the week. You find them to be a boring communicator, I think. Yes,
and also, like...
boring communicator.
There was a few red flags.
Are you, like... I feel like this is kind of one of those things where, like, after you see them, you're like, oh my god, they're amazing. And then now you're like, wait a minute. Because you told me there was a subtle, like an orange flag.
Right.
Have you told me everything?
Yeah, it was mostly about him talking about how he's not left or right wing and that he's neutral, but then he takes the piss out of left wing and liberal people and then...
Neutral is a weird...
He thought that he was coming off a bit like incel-y, so he stopped talking because he didn't want to embarrass himself, which is like good. I'm glad you did that because it was kind of giving me the ick.
Yeah.
But anyway, he is a terrible communicator over text. Just some people are. The other man, the doctor, Mr. K, let's call him.
Special K.
When he calls me and he texts me. And there is a bit of like fun, a bit of flirty vibes there. And I do like that. And that's probably why I did go see Kay last night.
You gravitated towards him.
Yeah, because I told Dee I'm not going to see them yesterday. I'll see them today. And then Kay hit me up later and Kay was like very confident, very like, I'm going to see you. I had so much fun, saying dirty, sexy shit with me. And I was like, oh, I'm not going to say no. And I was bored. I didn't have anything to do. So I was like, sure, why not? If you pay for my cab there, pay for my cab back, I'm fine with that. Like, if you really want to see me, book a hotel because he doesn't live in town. He lives out of town. So he was like, he does really want to see me. And I said, I don't have an apartment. So unless you book someplace, not happening. So he said, I really want to see you. So he booked a place. Mm-hmm. And, he was very gentlemanly.
How old is he again?
35 as well, roughly.
And he's a doctor, Brian.
Yep. He's gorgeous though as well. But the intimacy is not there.
But when I love the way you said that. You literally said it like, who you reminded me of when you said that? Why did you remind me of the fairy godmother from Shrek? Like the way you were like, the intimacy is not like with the glasses on and all. Like you're giving her. I don't know. You actually remind me of her so much.
The
intimacy is not there, darling.
When you kiss someone. Okay, like let's say when you kiss your partner.
Yeah.
And you feel that electricity, right? You feel it coming from you going to them and you feel it from them coming to you.
Yeah.
Right? That is not there with me and Kay.
Right, okay.
I will kiss him and I'll feel nothing.
Okay.
It's
so interesting how kissing works.
Yeah, and I like to kiss.
Oh. She likes to do a bit more than kiss.
I like to kiss, but... when I'm kissing him, it doesn't feel that great. And then, like, we'd be spooning and stuff, but, like, it doesn't feel that great either. But when I'm doing it with Dee, the kissing, I feel stuff, and then the spooning, I'm feeling, like, good stuff, The serotonin, let's just say. Or oxytocin, actually, rather. Yeah, it's oxytocin. So, the big difference there is that when I was with Dee for the first time, we didn't have too much sex, as my friends like to say, like this one and Heyyyyy were like, oh, you're a nun. Both of you called me a nun, by the way. Mm-hmm. Both of you literally called me a nun. That was hilarious.
We didn't have sex. I was like, I'm really fucking nun. Be a fucking whore.
I wasn't ready.
Be more of a fucking whore, please.
And I was a whore yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
It was interesting because obviously I didn't finish the race. What do I mean by that? I didn't have an orgasm. I didn't really care. I told him buy me a bottle of wine. He bought me a fucking expensive Italian red wine. Probably worth like 40, 50 quid maybe. I could tell. Drinking it, I could tell. It was getting fucked up. 15%, I think. Look, the sexual chemistry with... Okay, in all aspects, D is technically better than K. but K is a better communicator. Sexually, the chemistry is there with me and D.
But babe, I think you're overthinking it, honestly, because I think, like, at the end of the day, you're saying you're not looking for a relationship.
Yeah,
Therefore, just put your own needs first.
Yeah.
What do you want in a certain moment? Like, you know what, you should follow this girl, the one that I always talk about, who goes to men's houses and steals their stuff. Like,
I know her.
She seems to be like proper date. Like, if her stories are all like true and stuff, like she seems to be proper out there dating, and like she likes, I'm at this man's house. She recently posted a video. It's like, I was at this man's house and I was staying the night. And then I wake up and I'm sweating, and I'm like, that's it, fuck this, I'm out of here. Like she's in her car in her pajamas, gonna go home because she was simply just too hot in his house. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, if you're casually dating, just put your own needs first. Obviously, treat others with respect, of course. There's a certain level of respect that everyone deserves, which I obviously know you're giving anyways, right? But like, it's just like, I don't think you need to overthink these things, right? If you don't see there being a point of hanging out with someone, then don't meet up with them, don't hang out with them. But you just think about what you want in that moment. Like, you know, It doesn't really, I guess, right? It doesn't, like, it's not like you're trying to find one person right now, are you?
No.
Well then, is there really an issue? Do we have to compare them?
Okay, how about this? Okay, genuinely, let's put it out to the viewers, right? If anyone wants to fucking put the effort in and comment below or whatever, help me out here, okay? Because on one side, we have, like we said before, creature comforts. We were talking about this prior to recording. Creature comforts on one side. Me having my wine, me enjoying my shows in my cute little studio, smoking my little J.
Basically, just giving yourself the energy. Feeding it into yourself.
With my vibrator. With my vibrator.
But that can, like, it's like, you know, that can only go so far for you too. True,
but the pleasure. You
have to find a balance, because I do think it's like, if you're too much by yourself, I've noticed that you will start to be like you wanted Dee's arm around you.
Of course. Okay, we'll get to that. So either we have all of this on one side, and by the way, the vibrator, she will show a picture. It's unlimited pleasure for multiple hours.
It goes up and it turns into a flower.
It's a flower, like, and. Ooh. And
I don't know how you take all. How you take that?
Or the other side.
Like
that's option A. Option B is not being too sexually satisfied. Maybe like 1/10 sexually satisfied, but then having the intimacy of a big bodybuilder spooning you.
Yeah.
You know, like, I'm quite petite. I'd like to think so.
You're so cute. Okay.
D is like 6'3".
Yeah.
Fucking huge. I got my arm, Helly's arm, Venus's arm. Venus, Helly, Ayesha. We got all of our arms together, and it's still not as big as fucking D's arms. Like.
Did we do that the other night?
Yeah, we did.
Did we?
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
But like, okay,
humongous.
So I think the outcome of this is just like.
Yeah. So choose one, guys. What's better?
I think it's just. Babe, it's
like
how last week you were craving D, and then this week you're kind of like unsure about D and K. It's just like, it's gonna be different week to week. Just play it as it goes. Like, some days you're not gonna want to see anyone, some days you will. And also, like, you know, you could always bring your toy too.
No. Do you know?
This is like how I'm thinking. Like I'm sorry.
It didn't give me enough attention over the week as well. Like, on Thursday or Friday.
Do you know what it is? I think for you, it's like, I think
I asked for too much, don't I?
I think it's just more.
I wanted him to see me on Thursday or Friday, and then he's like, "Oh, I'll see you Sunday or Monday." And I'm like,
I think it's one of those things where you've lost a bit of the, like, you had that excitement from meeting him, and then you wanted something to keep it alive, and you feel like it kind of died over the past week. But at the end of the day, like, it is. I think you should. I think. From what I've learned in my experience of being in a relationship and stuff, like, the best, like, there's all those, like, instant, like, connections and, like, that instant chemistry and, like, but at the end of the day, there's also the slow burn, and that's stronger. Give it, like, I think at the end of the day, it's too soon to really say anything, okay? And I think I think you're going back and forth too much right now. Just mindfulness.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I'm gonna pack D away. I don't know.
It's done.
Yeah,
that wasn't what I meant by that.
No, because
I just think like
my feelings with D died with my vibrator on Thursday.
Her face so funny. Her new vibrator came and then she's like, fuck these men. At the end of the day, like I'm sorry, but like sex toys are incredible and they will really stop. Like, if I was single right now, I wouldn't even be. I don't even know. Like as someone with a vagina and a clitoral, I'm just trying to speak Irish, and a clitoris. Like, you don't, like, it's very rare that you would even expect to be with a man on the first time and they're gonna make you come. Like, I don't know. I just don't really see that happening. Like, I would either be packing my little clit sucker,
right,
or my little rose. To be fair, I don't even really use the rose toy that much, but my clit sucker with me because, like, that's or you're gonna date or you're gonna have sex for a different reason. Almost, I think, like you'd be having sex more so for kind of what you said, like the intimacy, feel that arm around you.
Yeah.
And you're not focused as much, and it shouldn't just be. It's not just about coming, obviously. Like, it's
no,
not
of
just
course
about
not.
that.
Yeah.
But it's more just like, I don't know. I think your situation is different because it's like you don't want a relationship, but you also don't. I don't think you're just like, I need sex. I think there's something else that you kind of want.
I think I know what it is.
What is it?
So to the viewers out there who don't know, I recently moved into a new studio apartment. And for most
Listen to last week's episode.
Yes, please. For most of my life, like when I sleep, I usually had something to hug. But ever since I moved into my new apartment, I don't have my massive cuddly shark with me. So maybe that's what it is. You know? So I'm missing something to like...
This is so funny. It's like,
I'm missing something to hold, you know?
Imagine you texting these boys like, hi, after some careful reflection, I realised the reason I was entertaining you for the past week was because I was missing my cuddly shark. Unfortunately, I will have to say goodbye to you. I will just be going to the shop and buying a new cuddly toy. Yours sincerely, Ayesha. Like, on further reflection, this is why I was. This is why I was seeing you.
That's something I would do.
That is actually funny as fuck. Okay, well, babe, look, we'll watch this space. I think just. Look, you like to plan, I think you know what's up. Right?
I know what's up today,
You're sure
babe.
of yourself.
I know what's up today.
So I think you'll choose as you want to choose. You'll choose as you want to choose.
My plan today is to finish recording the podcast, take it easy, collect my shit, go home, and then tomorrow...
You're investing time into someone either way, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and I don't want to.
How much time and energy do you want to give to someone, right?
Yeah.
That is a good point. It's like...
I just can't.
When you're putting it into other people, then it's kind of like a balance. But you know, sometimes you might want to put it more into you versus someone else. So
yeah, sorry, D.
So D is done. Okay.
At least.
What about K then?
Let's not even.
Okay, we have to cut this conversation off.
Let's stop here.
Well, okay, babe, we definitely need to follow up next week. Okay, we need to know what happened.
My vibrator broke again.
Because this girl, like, things move so quickly. And also, like, you haven't been doing client work lately either, so I think that is also impacting your decision making with these boys, because you know, client work, you're being sexually active and stuff, whereas you're getting obviously a little bit of that in a sense, maybe not the intimacy, but the sex, right? So I think you not having had client work for the past few weeks is also probably like confusing you a bit in terms of what you want out of these men that you're dating or in a casual dating.
Right.
I wouldn't even call it dating. Is it really dating? It's more just like hanging out with, seeing them.
Yeah, friends with benefits kind of thing.
Yeah. So yeah, I think just.
The only one benefiting between me and Kira though is fucking Kira.
If you're having fun with them, then that's what matters. Like if you're having a good time with them, you just have to be honest with yourself. Like,
if I'm honest, I feel like my friends are having more of a good time with them than I am.
Yeah, like we lived through her.
You know.
It's like, you know, you're like me being in a relationship. I'm like, okay, let me hear it. Your single life, honey.
And I'm like, well, and she's like, you're done already. I'm like,
yeah, she was literally out of K. She saw K. Like I remember, I was doing OnlyFans work, and you were texting, I'm on my way, la la la. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna respond to her once I'm done this, la la la. And then, you know, in my mind, a half an hour has passed. In reality, it was more like an hour. And I remember being like, babe, oh my god, how's it going? And you're like, babe, it's I just got a shiver. Ooh, my ear. Ooh, sorry. She was like, oh babe, it's done, like I'm on my way home. And I was like, what? Because the thing is, I just find it crazy because The last text you sent, you were like, he's sending me an Uber, I'm in the Uber.
Right.
And how long was the Uber journey? Like
20 minutes.
Like, that's a long time, like, compared to, like, because at that point it was like 8, and then at 9 you text me you're on your way back. Were you even in his house for an hour? Or his hotel, whatever? Were you even in there for an hour? I don't think you were.
No, 45 minutes. I know.
And it was just like, you just had sex, oral.
Spooned a bit.
Like, it was fucking quick, like.
Yeah.
And how was he making it known like he wanted you to leave, or did you just say I'm gonna leave now?
Oh no, we kind of already knew that, you know, we're not gonna spend much time there because he had work and he had to get back. So as soon as
like, you know, the thing was done, you were like, hey, I'm getting up and going.
Yeah, because I already knew what was up. I was like, I'm taking the bottle of wine.
What hotel did you go to, by the way?
Somewhere in central London. It wasn't that great. It was like a 2-star. But it was okay. It was private.
One of those old-looking hotels.
Yeah.
I just remember being in those drunk, like, one time
Babe.
Random boys. Did I ever tell you this story?
No.
Oh my god, that's so good.
Fuck.
This is the story, like, when I think the world was starting to reopen after lockdown, and, like, it was just, like, we were all feral, like. So one time me and were really drunk on a night out, and this is the thing, like, I would never get in a random guy's car these days.
I would.
Like, the last time I would have done that was in Cyprus with Robin, and I was already starting to get more aware of danger at that point, that I remember being so scared. The first guy that we met up with in Cyprus, we got in his car, I was literally shitting myself. Like, I was like, oh my god. Because I had just watched the fucking Poughkeepsie tapes.
I don't know.
Babe, if you want to be freaked out, watch the fucking Poughkeepsie tapes.
Can I watch it?
I think it's Poughkeepsie tapes.
Can I watch on
told
YouTube?
me about it, and we watched it. I think you just stream it. I really want you to watch it, because it lives in my mind since the time I watched it like 4 years ago. It's like a mockumentary filmed from the point of view as if this story was real. Okay. And it's filmed in that way.
Okay.
It's fucking creepy.
Shit.
It's fucking creepy as shit, man.
Oh my god.
Like, it's actually like. Anyways. If you want to be freaked the fuck out.
I always love being freaked the fuck out.
But, anyways, I remember we were like chatting to these two guys. We get in their car. And then I don't really know what happened after this. Like, that sounds really wrong, but I don't know. I think she was gonna definitely get one of them. So we were driving, and then I think we dropped them off at a hotel, and then me and the other guy. Now I think a part of me was like, you know what, this guy's cute, like I'll get with him, type of thing, right? But then me and him proceed to drive away. He's like, I need to go to the shop and go to the petrol station. So we're going to the petrol station. And I'm like telling him, okay, can you get me these snacks? But like, I don't know what he was doing, but he was driving around for so long, running errands or something. And this, mind you, this is like, I don't know what time in the night. He's literally running around doing errands. And I'm starting to get more sober. And I'm starting to get more and more like, I don't even want to get, like, I'm not even into
yeah, of
like,
course.
Do you know, I was graduating.
Yeah.
He was taking his sweet ass time, but he thought he was going to get with me, right? And then we pull up to the hotel. This was like one of those really shitty, like London. This is what I said to you. Like one of those ones that has carpet all over and looks really old.
Yep.
And it's blurry in my memory, but I think we got to this hotel, and I remember I just smelt the most disgusting smell as we're getting out of the car, and I was convinced he farted.
Oh no.
And I remember I was convinced he farted. It was the most disgusting smell, and I think and then the lights in the hotel, like the bright lights. I was kind of looking at him and I was like, I don't want to get with him. No, I'm not getting with him. Like, something just like clicked in my brain.
I love that. I love that.
The smell. And then I don't know if he tried to get us a room or what happened. Maybe there was no rooms. We go upstairs to the guy's room, and they're in like pitch black darkness, probably like literally would have sex or something. And I don't know if he wanted to bring me in that room. I don't know what was going on, but I was like, no, actually I want to leave. I'm gonna leave. And he was like, what? You can't like. I don't really remember what happened, but I was like, I'm leaving.
Good.
And then I go outside, and I think he was like, well, no, I'll drop you to your house or something. And then I think eventually came down, and then he dropped us both back home. But it was like, I remember just thinking like, I think he was annoyed that I was leaving, but I was like, babe, you wasted so much time driving me around doing these errands. I don't know what the fuck you were doing. And then like, I don't know if you farted, I don't know, but I was just turned off.
Wow. That is a lot to take in.
You know, when you're just like drunk, and it's like the world is just different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. That was me every other day. So, I just want to put something out there. Girls who poop versus bitches who shit. She's girls who poop and bitches who shit.
No, I shit.
No. Are you kidding me?
Why are we saying this? What is this?
No, it's just a meme from the Pokemon world.
My girl, she's like not really on the normal grid of the
Because like
she's off and travel with me to Korea.
She's gone crazy.
Okay, well if that's in the Pokemon world, I'm not sure what that has to do with Pokemon, but
The reason is because she's all dressed up cutesy and I'm more like stud.
I don't know how this.
Steal your girlfriend.
The angle of this recording looks weird to me in the mirror, but the phone looks like it's in a normal position, so I'm just gonna trust it. Okay, so topic change. Over the last few days, everyone's been talking about the new Louis Theroux documentary. What's it called? Manosphere?
The Manosphere.
Is it literally just called The Manosphere? Okay, now you watched it. I
Right.
haven't watched it yet.
I do actually recommend watching it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. Because I had heard, like, I'd seen people saying, like, I saw someone say, like, oh, like, why are we getting another, like, why is this getting a documentary as if it's saying, like, oh, this is just a like a sphere in culture, like as if it's some sort of, like, normal thing to be, I don't know, to be a part of. But then I saw other people being like, no, like, it's done in a very good way, and, like, Louis Theroux is very, like, against this anyways, and he's trying to make a, like, he's doing it in the right way. I don't know. So you've watched it, so...
Right. So he's trying not to show it as like, oh, it's such a normal thing now, but rather that it is becoming a normal thing and more people are seeing it for what it truly is, right? And the people who aren't seeing it, a lot of them are actually quite close to understanding that it's very toxic and very fucked up. The documentary is very well done. The thing about Louis is he always creates these pieces of filmography which are just so entertaining to watch. And I think the key part of the Manosphere documentary is that he doesn't even need to, like, actively show how shit it is.
They're telling on themselves. I think I saw something like that. Yeah,
they're telling on themselves, and they just make them look.
That's your mindset for life too, isn't it? You don't need to do a big song and dance. Like, just let the people talk themselves.
There you go. Louis does that in the doc, and he lets them tell him. Something about jiggle jiggle, don't fold.
What's this?
That was his TikTok sound.
Oh, is it?
My money don't jiggle jiggle.
I haven't really seen much about him in the last while.
But basically, the whole.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Thank you.
I completely forgot about that. Wait, what? How does that go again? I'm surprised you know that.
My money don't jiggle jiggle, it falls. I don't know the rest.
Yeah, babe, that's a very distant memory in there now. But I think I might have done a sound to that. Or was that in 2020 when COVID was starting?
I'm not sure.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
It just came back to me.
You have very big eyes. Did you put white eyeliner on
there?
your eyelid?
I think my eyes sometimes look like, it's really funny because I think as they go down they look like little slits sometimes, like small, but then they're actually big.
No, I'm just wondering, did you put...
I put white eyeliner on,
That's why, clock it.
White eyeliner does a wonderful thing.
It does. I try not to use it because I always fuck it up.
Oh, how can you fuck up white eyeliner?
Trust me, I don't know. So...
And
what?
Meanwhile, I'm going to get you to replace my screen. Bitch, can't even do white eyeliner!
I mean, wow. Okay.
No, the thing is, I actually do really trust you to do it.
Thank you.
But it's just like, I'm just like, whoa, I never would have thought that.
Because it obviously, like...
You've done it before.
Yes, it takes practice to do things.
But
I've done phone screen replacement.
Like, how could you even actually fuck it up necessarily?
You can't.
Yeah, right, so...
You can't.
It's just people don't want to go to that effort, which I wouldn't want to do it personally. I would just probably be like, fuck it, I'm going to go to a shop and get it done. But you're telling me you can do it, so that's why I'm like, right, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, well then, babe, I think I'm going to look into it and get the supplies. Anyways, back to the Manosphere.
The main, like, antagonist of the documentary was Harrison Smith, HS Tiki Toki.
Huh?
I know, right?
That's his name?
Huh? Yeah.
HS Tiki Toki.
HS Tiki Toki.
Is he a TikToker?
Yes, he does. He's a social media influencer. He says it himself. He calls himself homophobic, a racist, and a misogynist, and a scammer. He calls himself that.
He calls himself a scammer?
Yeah, he calls himself all of those things. Okay. Yeah, it's very interesting. And
wait, who does he scam?
Oh, the boys that follow him.
But he actually says, I am a scammer.
Yeah.
Okay, get into it anyway.
So, what is the Manosphere, right? What do? They basically converge on the idea that society is out to get men and that men are being repressed, that society is pushing for everything to be like diverse and woke, when in actual fact, the group of men who think that this is happening to them don't realize that they have more power and influence in some sense compared to majority of other groups of people, whether it's women, whether it's people of color, whether it's people of different sexualities, etc., etc.
But they want more fucking power.
They do. So a lot of them as well in the documentary, you see a few fans come up to Tiki Toki talking about how...
His fucking name.
No, I know, right? They talk to him about how he's like such a good guy, how he's the role model, and they talk about how capitalism is so fucked up. And you can see it in the way they're talking, right? They're in so much pain because they're putting themselves through so much extra stuff. Like, oh, I have to make myself valuable because the day a man is born, they have zero value. But the day a woman is born, they have inherent value in their beauty. Where, like, the built-in misogyny right there.
No, when I said thank you, I was like, of course. Weren't valuable.
Exactly, but right?
That's like looking at it through such a weird fucking lens. Like,
it's objectification.
Yeah, it is. And it's also like feeding into the whole thing of like a woman is valued, like the number system, a woman is valued between 1 and 10, high value woman, and same with men, high value, like, and it's just, it's really fucked up. Like, I remember the first time I kind of came across that red pill I hate that fucking term. Manosphere content was probably in 2020 with fucking Fresh and Fit and Kevin Samuel, who has now passed away. Did I speak about him at all?
No.
Now, to be fair, I will say something about his content I feel like maybe wasn't as bad as where it's gone to now. Like, some of the points he made, I'm like, okay. Some of it was like, fair enough. But I remember watching his content being like, I was 25 at the time and I was like, oh my god. Like, I need to, like, move quickly. I need to get married. I need to have children. Like, because he would go on about how, like, it's a geriatric pregnancy once you're, like, what age? I don't even know. 30, 35, I think 35.
Right.
I wasn't aware of a lot of this stuff at that point, right? And, you know, he would also talk about how a woman can be... This is where it was, like, he would have women come on his live show and talk about... Sorry, he would have women call in to his live show and, you know, being like, I want to date a high value man. And he would all, like, this is kind of where I think he had a better point maybe than some of these other creators. But what I remember of his content, he would focus on, like, women and, like, them wanting high value men, right? But he would kind of give them a reality check, being like, do you know what it really takes though to have this high value man? Like, what they're going to want from you, what you're going to need to do for them, like all these different things, and kind of gave them a bit of a like, are you sure that's actually what you want? Which I think in one way can be a good thing, because it's kind of like him actually being honest, but then like at the same time, like he would then fucking like really kind of be like kind of off, like in the name of brutal honesty to them, you know what I mean? Like he'd be like, rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, and they'd say something like, I'm a 10. He'd be like, no, you're not, you're a 6. And then he'd say this thing where you're not allowed to pick 7 because everyone goes for 7 because it's a comfortable number. Yeah. He's like, you can't go there. And he was like, listen to me. This is what he would say. Beyonce is an 8, Kelly Rowland is a 9, and Rihanna is a 10. Okay, are you a 10? Are you Rihanna? Like stuff like this, right? And it's just like, this is so, it's awful. I think some of his content was good, some of it was bad.
Right.
Now, then there's the people like fucking Fresh and Fit and all these other guys who I'm just like
Fresh and Fit was on the doc.
Yeah.
Myron Gaines.
I fucking hate them. I hate them. They're such idiots. Like,
Same.
They're just idiots.
Can I tell you something? By the way, his girlfriend at the time of recording broke up with him after the documentary. Or
really?
After filming. Yeah.
Because
of the bullshit he was saying.
No, they're all, this is the thing. Just spewing fucking bullshit. And like the amount of shit I've heard about them over the years now is just ridiculous. And they got demonetized from YouTube. I don't know if they're still demonetized, but I remember hearing that. See, I watch Abba and Preach. Abba and Preach are a good channel for being very like objective, kind of neutral. Not neutral in the sense of like, no, sorry, neutral's the wrong word, but they're very objective. They look at things from both sides. They used to be like good with Fresh and Fit. This is years ago. And then they had this whole fucking thing go down, and they just take the piss out of Fresh and Fit all the time, and you take the fucking piss out of them. So I've heard like updates about them throughout Alvin Preach's content, but they spew bullshit. They don't even follow what they say.
Exactly.
And who's the other fucking guy on Fresh and Fit? They take the fucking piss out of him mostly. Not Myron, the other guy.
The secondary guy.
They're like,
I don't know his name.
Like it's like they literally out here like saying, oh, don't ever pay for sex or something, but they're literally doing it themselves. And
they own OnlyFans management agencies.
Do they actually?
And then they go and say shit about the girls who do it.
No, like that. This thing, they just spew bullshit. They spew bullshit.
It is so gross. I do recommend watching the documentary. Not because you're going to learn necessarily new things, but rather it's going to show you how that entire space is collapsing in on itself. Hence why they are pushing...
They're telling on themselves.
Right. They're telling on themselves, but also the people who have been like following them for the last like 5 or 6 years now are coming to a point where it's like nothing's working for them. They're still at the bottom of the pyramid, you know. Nobody likes them. They're all alone. Everyone hates them. They don't understand what's going on. And then they start to see like, okay, do you know what? I need to snap out of this stupid incel behavior. I need to actually figure out what's going on. And this documentary is there to show that the Manosphere is collapsing in on itself.
Okay.
And it's to show that people are very close to understanding how much of a lie it is, right? Because
is a lie.
Everyone really does know. It's only the people who are in that echo chamber who don't really seem to get it. And that's usually what happens, right? When you are in a certain echo chamber, your views and ideologies are going to be reinforced, right? Where I might be like, oh, abortion is important because blah, 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 blah. Or maybe because, you know, immigration is a good thing or not a good thing. And then it's going to be reinforced. So you've got people in the red pill community who are essentially going through the same thing. A way that you know it's dying out is that they're pushing for more and more... what's the word? They're pushing for more and more radicalized content. I was going to say,
is it radical? Yeah.
Radicalized content. To the point where it's like, HS TikTok was like, they're putting something in the water to make them trans. And you're just like... He really does believe that, by the way. And they go on long rants about... anti-Semitism.
I kind of do want to watch it just because I'm like...
It is insane. It is worth a watch because you just see how fucking insane they are.
Yeah.
HS TikTok is not in this country because he's wanted for crimes. He's like run somebody over.
Andrew fucking Tate.
Andrew Tate is another case.
Was he in the documentary?
No, they couldn't get him because, you know, obviously he's in Romania and they went to Dubai to do this film, but... Yeah.
Is he still in jail, Andrew Tate?
No, he's walking free.
It's just, I think where it becomes very problematic is with like young boys.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's problematic for everyone, you know, but it's especially problematic for, like teenagers and very young men, young boys, like, because you're very impressionable.
And young girls.
For everyone, obviously. Yeah. But I'm just thinking especially of who that content is targeted. Yeah. Who will take that content and like, especially if you're already a little bit like, you know, vulnerable at the time or looking for some sort of purpose or like, I don't know, like they're taking in these insecure men and like we've seen how we were like in that sales cult, you know what I mean? Like there's these there's groups of people who feed on the people's insecurities in order to make money. Like that's kind of like, or vulnerable people who, in our instance, like really needed a job or promise you all these amazing things, like you're gonna make so much money, you're gonna own your own company and all this shit, and it kind of operates on the same principles.
Yeah,
right?
It's insane.
And I've seen some people be like, oh yeah, well like Fresh and Fit give good money advice or something. I'm like, okay, but like, I mean, I don't know how true that is, but look at all the other fucked up shit they've said, all the racism they've kind of spewed out as well. Just like it just shows how insecure you are, and you're just masking it with this like bravado kind of. And I did see, is there someone in the documentary, someone called like Prime Time or some shit like that?
Maybe.
because this girl I follow on TikTok, she was laughing because she was like, he has reformed himself to feminism now or something.
Oh, interesting.
But it, like she was saying, like it's fake, like he's just doing it because. Was that not in the documentary?
I'm not sure.
Because she was saying how he does, like he's just doing it now because
he doesn't want to get thrown.
He's trying to get views, and she's like, it's so fake.
That's what they do. All of them do that.
Because essentially, a lot of them are doing it because they're like, oh, this gets me views.
Yeah. Right now, the rise of the extreme right wing is easy because there's a lot of like things in place, such as, you know, echo chambers, yes, on social media, algorithms pushing for like unity amongst you. And how do you unite people? Having a common enemy.
Mm-hmm.
What 20 years ago it might have been Muslims and it might have been a brown person. 40 years ago it might have been the Irish. Maybe 50, 60 years ago it would have been black people, gays.
No, it's so true. It is so true.
Right?
That's what I was really thinking about it, and I was like, I do feel like right now, when you really think about it, like if you're gay, people might not agree with your lifestyle, but they're not gonna like, what is it? They can't really assert any type of, I don't know. It's different versus being trans, right? That everyone's so focused on that right now, that's the common enemy.
Yeah.
Whereas at one point it was simply just, you know, a man liking men, and how that was the biggest thing that was gonna fuck up the world. As if the world isn't being fucked up right now by America and Israel bombing places and fucking the environment just...
Yeah.
Like, it's just... Anyways, what was I going to say? I was about to... Look at me, like, just spread-legged. Like, I think probably a lot of these people don't even truly believe the stuff they're preaching.
They don't.
And do you know the girl Pearly Things? Have you seen her Just Pearly Things?
No, I don't think so.
Like... It's just like I think they all operate in that same lens of what Trump does, right? Remember with ICE, our podcast getting so political. With ICE killing that woman.
Right.
And like how they were so quick to be like, oh, she did this, and you can clearly see she ran over the car. They make up stuff.
Right.
And then they will never answer the question directly. They will dispute something. Just Pretty Things, like, she's basically a female content creator in the Manosphere, basically saying women shouldn't be able to vote and stuff like that. And it's like, and then there's some video of her debating this other woman against, like, probably a woman on the other side of things, like, for feminism and all that. And, like, she is just getting completely eaten alive, like, Pearly Things getting eaten alive because she has no clear points. Like, the woman is, like, I don't know what her name is, but she's, like, making proper, actual researched points with studies to back it up. Meanwhile, Just Pretty Things is just there, like, she's actually, like, I'll actually show you the video. At certain points, like, she doesn't even have anything to say, like, because it's all such fucking bullshit. Like, it's just bullshit at the end of the day, and you're like, it's so hard to believe that that you actually genuinely believe in this, and that you're not just doing it because it's popular, right? You're doing it for views. There's another creator called Deaf Noodles who he used to, like, he's gay. I don't know if he still presents himself as being gay or what, because it's just like, wait, is he gay? Sorry, he's not gay. Oh my god, he's not gay. Sorry, I just realised he's not gay. Well, I mean, he used to... The reason why I said he thought he was gay is because he used to wear... I never used to watch him at all. I don't watch him now, but he used to make drama channel content. He would wear, like, little cat ears or something.
Oh.
And then I think, like, he kind of... He tried a bunch of different things for his YouTube. He kind of ended up failing at a bunch of them, right?
Right.
And now he's decided to go down the red pill content stream. And like Adam McIntyre, he's tried to come for Adam McIntyre. Adam McIntyre has made videos about him being like, babe, you literally failed at everything, and it's very hard to fail at the red pill grift, and you're literally failing at that too. That's so embarrassing. And it's like, how can you actually believe? It's like, you don't believe the things you're saying.
No, they don't.
There's probably very few of these creators who actually genuinely believe what they're saying. They're just doing it because it brings views at this point in time. And watch, as you're saying, it's crumbling. Eventually, it won't be bringing, like, all going fucking well, it won't be bringing views anymore. And then they'll disappear, or else they're going to try and do when the trend starts going back in to the left, they're going to flow with that trend and pretend that they're all like, oh my god. Like,
they admit themselves as well, what they're doing is for clickbait.
Yeah, sure, like, we know that being OnlyFans creators, and like a lot of social media is just like, it's I don't want to say it's all clickbait. There is clickbait, but it's all just about getting people's attention quickly. a lot of it is not true, honest, genuine content. And it doesn't have to be, at the end of the day, it doesn't have to be, but it's about having discernment as someone watching it. Like just have discernment, you know, like, especially when it comes to OnlyFans creators. Like, we do some cringy shit online, and I will continue doing my cringy shit. I'm never gonna start spewing like awful fucking beliefs and rhetoric that I don't agree with, because to me that's not worth it. But am I gonna do some cringy dances and do all this shit? Yeah. And also I feel like I'm very, like, I stay quite genuine to myself. I know there's other creators out there who will, they know they just have a certain image. There's one girl in particular I'm thinking of who on a podcast recently was saying that she's not a feminist and all this, and I'm like, I don't know if she actually believes that. If she does, then that's not great. But if it's just for her image online, it's for her image online. And that's the thing, like, people create their images online. And anyways, it's, yeah, social media, wow,
it's insane. So if we just like run back a little bit, do you remember how I was telling you about the fresh and fit guy, Myron Gaines?
Fucking hate him. Yeah, go on.
His, in the video, in the documentary, he's asked by Louis on his opinion about monogamy, and he said, well, I'm actually in a one-sided monogamous relationship. And so this other guy later on, he talks about it too.
Is this the girl's monogamous to him, but he's not monogamous to her?
Exactly.
And yeah, they're like, oh, men can cheat, women can't, all this type of shit.
But babe, they bring in his girlfriend right after with him there, and they ask him the same questions, and they say, did you know that Myron feels like this? Did you know that he wants to have multiple wives? Did you know that he's doing this stuff? And she's like, well, I know about him sleeping around with other girls, but the other wives and other girlfriends thing, that's not up for discussion. And then he's like, well, we'll see. And you can see he's like feeling really awkward. And then he goes and tells her to go tidy up the bedroom. And then she's feeling so awkward. And she's just like,
okay, I need to watch this.
You do, you really do.
You see, it pisses me off so much that I'm like, I don't even want to look at any of their content or anything unless it's through a lens of someone else.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is through a lens
Look,
of someone else. Right?
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you.
I will watch it.
I only watched it because I got sick of seeing so many TikTok posts talking about it.
Yeah, you want to just know kind of...
You just want to get it over with. Because even like me like opening up about my experience watching it kind of made me cringe a bit because I had to think about it again. But it's like it was worth the watch. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, okay, to kind of shift to something else quickly.
Right.
I think it kind of relates in a certain way.
Okay.
I'm struggling with my words today. I'm not having a good flow.
Okay.
So another interesting topic of conversation is kind of like, as women, do we do things for ourselves? Do we do things for other women, or are we doing them for other men, right? And I was watching this podcast episode the other day. So it's Dr. Faye Bates. She has really, really good episodes. Like, she brings on different like medical professionals, say like doctors, talking about nutrition, sleep, the nervous system, like just specialists in certain areas, and it's all very tailored towards women.
Right.
And I've got some really good information from there. And then I clicked on this one episode. It was like, let me just open it quickly. It was something like, if you feel ugly, watch this. But it was basically with this woman, I think, she makes content exposing, like, I'm guessing the beauty industry, the fashion industry, for really trying to target women and, like, you know, take all their money based off of their insecurities, like target their insecurities. And she kind of tries to say, like, they don't do this to men, right? They don't do the same thing to men. Women are constantly targeted. Right. And that's true. Like, women, like, you'll notice that, like, women's clothes, women's shoes, everything for women is always a teeny bit more expensive than it is for men. And there is so much more money to be made from women's insecurities, than from men, right?
Men are just so ugly in general.
Okay, so it's by this girl called Ordinary M. She's a leading critic of an industry worth over $1 trillion that aims to make women feel bad about themselves, influencing and rethinking their social media consumption, right? So I like agree with all that. Now the part where I kind of like was like, is Faye on her podcast, she does this thing called buy it or bye to it, right? So she'll list off like different products, different popular trends to the people she brings on. Okay. And she'll ask them to give their like opinion on it. Now, from this girl, Ordinary M, the way she was like talking, it was kind of a bit too, I want to say simplistic might be the word. Like, Faye was bringing up things like, what was she saying to her? Okay, the thing that really kind of made me feel like, well, I don't agree with that was she said, push-up bras, buy or don't buy.
Okay.
And do you remember I was talking about this?
I do.
And she had already said like waist trainers, buy or buy. And she was like, why would you even do that? Like, is that targeted towards a man? No. You have to think, would a man buy this, right? Would a man buy this? And she's very quick to be like, no, like, fuck right off. I don't want that. Get that away from me.
Wow.
And then there was another thing. What was it? I'm not sure. Then she said push-up bras. And she's like, you have to, she's like, no, fuck off. Like, why are you putting that on you? Like, no. Like you have to think, would you put this on if you were just going to be around women and there wasn't going to be any men there that you wanted to be attractive to them for? No, you wouldn't put it on, would you? Like, you have to think also, would a man wear this? Think like a man. And it's like, okay, girl, I was really thinking about it and I was just like, it's kind of interesting because I don't think that's true. Like, I don't think, if I wanted to put on a push-up bra and do what we do in this house, for example, I want to look pretty, I want to just embrace aesthetics.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
For myself.
Yes.
And I don't think, like, thinking like a man and being like, this isn't sold to a man, like, you don't like, not everything has to be
about men.
Yeah, and someone called her out in the comments.
I totally agree.
I'm gonna read out the comment
not
because
everything
I
has
do
to be
think,
about men.
I think ultimately the message is a good message, but I also think that if we do it we could go it a little bit too far to the point where it's like, okay, like, let's stop shaming women for wanting to, like, buy these things if they want to. And as long as they know why they're doing it, and if they just want to wear it because they want to feel fucking good and sexy, they should be allowed to do that. And, like, the thing is, if we have a party in this house, like, I could just be with you, Helen, Sadie, literally, right? I'm not trying, like, I'm literally, I have a boyfriend. If I didn't have a boyfriend, it would be the same thing, you know what I mean? I'm literally, like, putting on, if I want to make my boobs look bigger, because it's just fun. Taking photos, videos.
Yeah, of course.
Just dressing up, right? And of course, there's always going to be a part of it that you're like, you've probably been conditioned to, you've been conditioned since young to believe certain things are beautiful, certain things are not. And, like, that's a valid thing to talk about. However, it's kind of like when it comes to shaving your underarms as a woman, right?
Right.
How we've been conditioned to think that we have to do that. That doesn't mean that you now have to stop doing it. If you want to keep doing it, you can do it. Like, you don't have to think. I think, like, you don't. It's a bit confusing as well because there is, like, a lot of information out there about how women and men, we like, hormonally we're different, right? Like, especially, like, there's, like, different advice for women when it comes to, like, exercise, nutrition. So, of course, there's going to be certain things that we're going to want to buy or we're going to want to do, like makeup and push-up bras, for example. And that doesn't mean that just because a man wouldn't do them, doesn't mean that we shouldn't be allowed to do them, you know? Especially when you find it fun. Like, if it's, like, it's fun to get cute and dress up, and it's not all that we want to just be attractive to men. It's not all about men. It's not all about men at the end of the day. And I think a lot of us women, especially now, 20s and 30s, we're all a lot more aware of that and how we want the compliments from the girls. We want to dress up for the girls. We want, like, we don't want men looking at us. We don't, like, if I knew that it was going to be all men around, I'd probably be like, no, I'd be covering up more. I'm not, like, I'm not, I'm thinking even on OnlyFans, like, a lot of my content on OnlyFans, like, I'm not dressed up. I'm not have no makeup on. My presence online, especially, is quite more of a natural kind of aesthetic. Yeah. Whereas if I was really doing it for the girls, like, I'd be out here
more makeup, more dressy, Totally.
So I just think a little bit of it is it's not fully accurate, you know. And then someone commented this, and it's kind of how I'm thinking about this. So someone commented, I don't vibe with this guest. She comes across as judgy and preachy, not inspiring, and oddly fixated on basing her options on whether men are doing or buying something. Why men should be a factor for or against anything. And although I agree with her opinion on waist trainers, she comes across as ignorant comparing cheap one-size-fits-all contraptions to historical made-to-size corsets that were not any more uncomfortable than an average bra. Also, there are records of men waist training and even wearing tight-laced corsets in the past, and male corsets are still being made today. Lots of insecurities there masked by bravado and contrarianism. I am not like other girls. I might be way off base, but that's the vibe I got. And I think that's kind of how I kind of feel, because it's just like the whole thing of like I know from a on one hand, I agree with her overall message. Right. Like, have discernment. Like, know that, like, yeah, certain things are being targeted at you and I think when we look at it from an insecurity level, don't feel like you have to do something. And also, if you feel like you're developing insecurities, be aware of how that might be happening and where, like, which
totally agree. Yeah.
Like how those could be actually being like forced upon you by the beauty industry, fashion industry, like.
There you go.
You know, like diet culture, all that stuff, or like things we see on social media, but also like at the same time, that doesn't mean that you're not that you can't. Like, cause she also talks about bum scrunching leggings and like she's like, throw them away, fuck that. Like, would a man wear that? It's like, no, who gives a fuck? I want my ass to look fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, and she was like, Faye was like, clean girl aesthetic, and she's like, why have an aesthetic? Like, fuck that. Like, get rid of that. And it's like, and then what was it like? Faye was like, the get ready with me content. How do you feel about that? Or the what I eat in a day, get ready with me. And she's like, why do we care so much about other people's lives? Like,
sounds kind of insecure.
And it's like, oh my god, like I get it. On one hand, have discernment. Like, it's the same thing with the Manosphere content, but there's people who won't. There's people who don't look at things in the sense of like, kind of like, okay, I understand this is social media and it's not like actual real life. And I think that's where her kind of a whole thing is, like, you know what I mean? But at the same time, it's coming off a little bit judgy and a little bit of shaming, and it's the same. Like, if you go too far to that side, you're kind of being no better than a man or than the patriarchy, in the sense that you're still judging and shaming women.
Would it be wrong to say? Still doing that. Babe, would it be wrong to say it sounds a bit insecure?
Bra, you wear your fucking push-up bra. Like, it's. I'm sure she's. That's what that comment said. Yeah. Insecurity, but masked as this like
bravado.
But it was giving pick me.
It was.
Because it was.
That's what I was thinking the whole way.
You know, like, instead of just being like, you do what you need to do for yourself, it's like basically saying like, oh no, there's a one size fits all, and like basically all women shouldn't care about these things. Like, there's different things that are marketed towards men that are not marketed towards women at the end of the day. Like, at the end of the day, men don't have boobs, right? Unless they want to have boobs, they can have boobs. But men don't have typically have like a lot of tissue and fat there. So a man isn't going to think I'm buying a push-up bra realistically. Now, it's weird. I want to understand what she's saying, and I do get it to a certain degree. But saying, I think that was the comment that pissed me off when she said, like, you have to think, would you wear that if there was no men present? I'm like, ew. Like, you're basically now saying that, like, we're just pieces of meat to men. Yeah. You're basically feeding into that whole thing, and that's not what it is.
Exactly. Like, okay, I need your opinion, because there's one thing that was going through my head the whole time you were talking about this and reading that comment, is that, yes, she's talking about how if men would buy it, but then also to the people who are presenting as feminine or female, what you're basically being very specific, right, to a small group of people who like men. What about the ones who don't only like men or don't like men at all? Exactly. Right?
And I also think that, like, I'm looking at, like, this girl Faye, like, I wonder how much she agreed with everything that was being said. Because, like, she posts, like, vlogs and, like, probably, like, I don't know if she's done what I eat in a day. I mean, she is a doctor at the end of the day, so maybe it's different, but I don't know. I just feel like, did she really agree with everything that was being said? Because it's like, it was, now, to be fair, I will be honest here, I haven't listened to the whole podcast. Okay. I mostly listened to the buy or bye section. Right. But to me, that was kind of like enough to be like, I don't know, girl. I don't know about this. Like, I love a kind of like zero fucks given attitude. Okay? Yeah. I do like that. I do like bluntness. I do like really just straight up like honesty. But I also, but at the same time, I don't like be like judgmental shit and being like, oh no, you shouldn't have that. That means this, or it's the same thing with plastic surgery. I'm sure she'd say, no, why are you getting filler? Why are you getting Botox? Like, why are you getting plastic surgery? Blah, blah, blah. And it's like, yeah, there is certain parts of that is true of what she's saying, but there's a way to say that without them being like, shaming and judging, and let people decide for what they want to do to themselves. It's just not people like, it's just not me going back to abortion. The option to choose. And know how you feel inside. It's like what I was saying. How do you feel, babe, about these men? Like, what do you want to do for yourself?
Look, if I was to ever get plastic surgery, it's only because Venus told me to.
And well, there's a whole other thing about
She just says I'm not good enough, so I go get it.
It's gender affirming. It's
yeah,
like
of course.
You being trans, like you're gonna do things to gender affirm yourself. And it, like, I remember the day that we were talking about like how why will like a cis woman get a boob job? Gender affirming.
There you go.
Like, you know. And like, why? I don't want to fucking think like a fucking man. I'm not thinking like a fucking man. I will think like a man. Like,
what is it?
I hate that phrase.
Yeah, exactly.
Be aware, like especially when it comes to like business, for example. Like men can be a lot more less like they
pretend they're not emotional.
Yeah, well, it's more just the point emotional. Of view of like
men can't control their emotions.
I think it's like be aware like of gender inequality and like the differences between, say, in the workplace, how men will handle things versus how, as a woman, you think you need to be, like, people please and all that shit.
Right.
But I think that's different. Like, I don't think that's the same thing as then being like, oh, I'm not allowed to have my titties looking good.
The fuck?
You don't have to do what you don't want to do. You don't have to do what you want to do, but at the same time, you can do what you want to do. Like, go get your special brand, your scrunch butt leggings, the fuck?
Men, okay, women, if you tell a woman to not wear a push-up bra, it's like saying to a man, don't roll up your sleeves so we can't see your arms, you know, so we can't see your veins on your forearms, or like, don't wear a tight t-shirt, or even like, I don't know, their suits, for example, because their suits and blazers are padded to make their shoulders look bigger.
You know what? Look, I'm gonna go buy a push-up bra.
Oh, I'll probably buy
I
one.
just think, like, if that's a version of feminism, then I
don't want it.
Yeah, no. I think, look, I'm glad that there's, like, I think we do need to have conversations like that, because it is important to bring you back down to earth, right? And not get too caught up in trying to be perfect. But if you, like, perfection doesn't exist, right? But, you know, I will look like a fucking bum, maybe like even 80% of my life. But then, you know, we have a cute little night. I'm gonna put on my makeup on, I want my titties looking good, my ass looking good. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. And it's
literally,
we shouldn't be shamed for doing that as women. Like, we're just shaming women even more than so.
Just shaming them for the sake of shaming.
Also, like, are you allowed to be attractive if you, like, to your partner? Like, what? Like, if you want to be attractive, you can be attractive. Like,
and be attractive for yourself because it makes you feel good.
Like, if you want to be attractive for a man, then do it. Like, it's like, but if you don't want to, then don't do it. And that's just where it comes down to, I think.
But also, there's a lot of the time in terms of, like, attractiveness, like, 9 times out of 10, I feel like if you dress yourself up in a certain way, or you look after yourself in a certain way, and that care for yourself is inherently attractive anyway.
Yeah. Right?
Because what does it show? On the subconscious level, it shows that the person is trying to survive, right? They want to live their life. You know, as humans, we're not going to, like, gravitate towards something that's dying, right? Something that's near end of life. You're either going to want to move away from that or try and uplift them and make them feel better, because as humans we like to empathize and have tribes, right? So me looking my best, me feeling confident in my own outfit or my makeup, or not any of that at all, is attractive to men or people who might find me or the person
it's kind of like when you look good, you feel good, you exude confidence. It's like a loop.
Exactly.
Yeah. Also, sorry, I want to, like, finish this up now, but she was also saying, like, Faye was, like, matching workout sets, and she, like, kind of, like, rolled her eyes, like, I think I have, like, 2 matching sets, like, one was gifted to me, and one was just, like, you know, you don't need a and, like, yeah, you don't need a matching set, but, like, it's, like, why the attitude about it, like, why the kind of, like, oh, like, you actually care. It was kind of giving, like, you actually care about that, like.
Do you know what it's giving? It's giving, oh, I don't find joy in that, so you shouldn't too.
Yeah.
You know? I don't like those type of people. I really don't. I've had people like that in my whole life, which kind of make you feel they want to put you down for being happy because they don't find joy out of it. But then it turns out they don't really find joy in many things either.
And it's like, at the end of the day, if we were all the same, it'd be boring.
Yeah, of course.
Right? And, like, that's what I love. I love how everyone's so uniquely themselves. Like, even I'm thinking of everyone that was here the other night. Like, everyone is so uniquely different.
Yeah.
like that's what makes the world fun.
Yeah,
you know, I can have one friend who's like well, I can have one friend who loves like a full beat. You've gone back to this push-up bra titties, push-up, you know, little skirt on, like, you know, platform boots. I can have another friend who's like prefers no makeup, you know, like more casual fit, very minimalist, like, and both are beautiful in their own way. Like, you know, it's like, just do what is comfortable for you.
Exactly.
Do what you want to do. Just know that you're making, just know that you're happy with the decision you're making.
Exactly.
Right? If you feel forced or pressured, or like you're trying to be perfect, or you're trying to exude a certain image, or you're unhappy on the inside, then you need to reflect and like change something, you know?
Exactly.
Okay?
Exactly.
Yeah. And like, I know if I've like not taken care of myself properly for a while, or just not put myself together, I'm gonna start being like, I just want to do that. It's fun. It's like, you know, so if that's something that you like to do, then you can do it.
Wow.
Like, I love Halloween, for example, for getting to dress up. Halloween is the one day a year when a girl can dress like a slut and get away with it. I don't know if that's the exact quote from Mean Girls, but yeah. Anyways, wow.
What an episode.
Wow. My thoughts were not coming to my mouth this episode, but hopefully I made some form of sense. Jesus. You always have a good she always speaks well, but like when she sends me voice notes, I have to put her on 1.5 because you take your time.
Right, of course.
Anyways, we're gonna finish this up.
We
now.
must.
Again, happy St. Patrick's Day.
Happy St. Patrick's Day. Make sure you get that Patrick juice.
Now, obviously, it has passed, so we hope you had a good St. Patrick's Day, and may the luck of the Irish be with you always. Review the podcast, like the podcast, follow the podcast, subscribe to the podcast.
Comment below what you think about.
We're still waiting for your comments, guys.
Please give us all your comments.
Anyways, thank you for listening.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Ciao.
Mwah.